glad you're here. Today we're going to talk about saving money. How would you like to save money and beat inflation at the grocery store? Is it even possible? Well, today I'm going to share with you something I'm doing to personally save the most. Now, we've all heard of shopping your pantry, your fridge, and your freezer first. While I do like to do those things and they do help, that's not what this video is about. This technique that I'm going to share helps you save even more. Baby romaine, we got 2 for $1.20 a piece. And this stuff looks really fresh. We got baby kale for $1.50. Baby spinach, $1.38. Power greens, $1.38. Brussels sprouts, kale, cabbage, shredded mix, 75 cents a piece. Got 2 of them. And coleslaw for 69 cents. And then we got cracked wheat sourdough, non-GMO on clearance for $1.79. And I got these for the garage on clearance for $1.25 a piece. So that was on clearance. And then this was not on clearance, but it was on sale. Honeycrisp apples, 2 pounds for $3.29. Granny Smith apples, 2 pounds for $3.29. The lemons was not on sale, so the lemons was $3.99 for 2 pounds. And the most expensive thing that I bought at Kroger was $4.59 for turmeric root, and I'm gonna use that for juicing. And that's what I got at Kroger. Now we're gonna move on to Costco. Got salt and pepper pistachios, 6 pounds of carrots for juicing, 2 pounds of organic broccoli, bananas, and angelic sprouted whole grain bread, a 3-pack. Most of this, in fact, all of this will go in the freezer and I just pull it out as needed. And then I picked up a few things at Aldi. I got 3 mangoes and 2 avocados for 75 cents a piece. A cucumber for 99 cents. Brussels sprouts was $2.39, and asparagus was $2.69. Mushrooms was $1.69, and celery was $2.29. That is the haul for the week, and I will make all of our meals out of this. This week I am meal prepping around the items that I picked up on clearance at Kroger. After I took inventory of everything I purchased today, I sat down and I decided what I want to eat this week, what I want to prepare for us. Based on that, I pulled stuff out of the fridge and the freezer. The chicken is still in the freezer. It's too hard for me to get to it. And Parmesan cheese, which I'm gonna sprinkle on asparagus. This is something that I had purchased on clearance for 50 cents a couple of weeks ago that I had in the freezer. And our meals will come from this. I don't follow recipes. I'll check back in when I'm ready to start cooking. It's gonna take 2.5 to 3 hours approximately to cook all of this. Includes prep time and cleaning time. I'm gonna start with the sweet potatoes because they will take the longest. We are gonna cook the sweet potatoes for about 2.5 hours, and they can even sit in the oven and rest while the oven's cooling, so it will take the whole time. I like to put the sweet potatoes directly on the rack and line the bottom with foil. This eliminates the need for a pan, and when you're done, you pick up all the foil and you dispose of it, and then the oven's clean. And the sweet potatoes will be the most delicious sweet potatoes you have ever tasted. Now you can use this method with any type of sweet potatoes. I happen to be using Creole sweet potatoes, or Evangeline sweet potatoes is another name for them, from Louisiana. We are going to bake them for 20 to 25 minutes on 500 degrees. And what that does is that creates a barrier or a seal inside the potato, which will allow them to candy within themselves. And then they will start oozing out. And you're gonna bake them for the first 20 to 25 minutes at 500 degrees, and then you're gonna turn the temperature down to 350, and you're gonna bake them another 2 hours that way. And then you turn the oven off and you just let them rest. And then when you pull them out, this is what they look like. You're gonna see they're oozing. They're candied, they're delicious. I just can't even say enough things about them. I can't wait for you to just try these sweet potatoes, or try cooking sweet potatoes this way, and let me know what you think. As you can see, when you pull them out of the oven, they look like there's a lot of air, and it's because of the way that they have caramelized on the inside. And if you peel them and you look at the peel on the inside, it's almost black or burnt on the inside, but it's not, it's just candied. And then the outside is perfectly fine. Please try them. If you don't try anything else, try the sweet potatoes and let me know what you think. I did 12 sweet potatoes, enough for us for the week. Like I said, I can eat these all day. They're delicious. One of my favorite foods this time of the year especially. Now we're gonna make one of the stir fries. I am using one of the packages of broccoli and kale and cabbage slaw that I got for 75 cents. I am gonna add an onion in avocado oil, and I have 3 or 4 cloves of frozen garlic that I just pulled out the freezer. And I'm gonna add some mushrooms and a little bit of broccoli, and I'm just gonna saute it for a few minutes with some seasoning, and that will be one of our dishes for the week. I'm choosing to season with my homemade Cajun seasoning, but you can use any seasoning of your preference. Now I'm going to add some olive oil. A little more seasoning. A little bit more garlic powder. And this whole process took maybe 5 minutes. If you wanted to make this go further or stretch further, you can add quinoa or some type of rice or lentils, or you could add anything you wanted. We're just gonna eat it as is. The options are limitless. And I'm gonna use the same pot. The goal is to do this the easiest, quickest way possible. I'm gonna saute spinach. I added some olive oil, a little bit of garlic, again, frozen from the freezer. I'm just going to cook all of these items individually and prep them that way in the refrigerator, and way we can pick and choose what we want to eat for each meal. And this is spinach and garlic with a little bit of seasoning. I like a side of greens in the morning along with a fried egg. It's one of my favorite ways to consume the greens. Some garlic powder. You can never have enough garlic. I can never have enough garlic anyway. And it's that simple, 3 or 4 minutes. I am taking time to put these dishes in separate bowls so y'all can see what it all looks like when it's done. But when I'm not filming, I just stick it directly in the container that's gonna go in baby kale. This is the rest of the mushrooms. Garlic, Cajun seasoning. A little more olive oil. Olive oil is so healthy and nutritious for us. I much prefer to use a stainless steel pan with healthy fats and oils than to use a non-stick pan. I never measure how much I put according to what it looks like. We want to wilt that kale down, saute those mushrooms. is all such nutritious, anti-inflammatory foods, and I am currently trying to heal my body from the inside out. The more greens I consume, the better. You can barely see it in the picture, but I'm drizzling a little garlic, ginger, and lime on there. It's fresh garlic, ginger, and lime that I mixed up, and it adds another level of depth to the greens. Now I'm going to move on to some of the proteins. This is approximately 1.5 pounds of chicken breast. I buy free-range chicken here locally. I am going to put some of this Whole30 and marinate that chicken for a few minutes. I'm going to season it, and then I'm going to put it aside while I move on to the fish and the steak. And when I come back and I'm ready to cook this in 5 minutes or so, we'll have marinated a little bit. For the rest of my proteins, I chose rockfish, salmon, and a steak, grass-fed, grass-finished steak. I chose 2 of our favorite fish, rockfish and salmon. They're Alaskan, wild caught, and I purchased straight from Alaska. All I'm doing to this fish is drizzling it with a little bit of olive oil. This particular olive oil is flavored. I think it's a sesame mango. And then I'm sprinkling a little bit of homemade seasoning, and I'm going to put it in the broiler for 4 minutes. That's it. Moving on to the grass-fed, grass-finished steak. I did take the steak out about an hour and a half ago so it can become more of a room temperature. It wasn't so cold from the refrigerator. I'm just seasoning it, and I'm just gonna pan fry it for 4 minutes on each side. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. I personally will not be eating this steak. I'm trying to eat as much anti-inflammatory foods as possible, and my husband will enjoy it every bite. Now I'm going to get ready to brown the chicken, and I just put a little bit more olive oil and pan fry this chicken, and as you can see, it's been marinating and seasoned really well. The reason I marinate the chicken for just 5 or 6 minutes before I pan fry it is so that way it will remain juicy throughout the week. Chicken sometimes has a tendency to become dry depending on how it's prepared. So this is one of my favorite ways to prepare it if it's going to be pan fried. If it's going to be roasted in the oven or baked or something else, then I won't marinate it. Try to flip each piece of chicken one time if possible. Sometimes it's not possible, but I like to let it get brown really nicely on one side and then flip it. And then sometimes certain parts of the pot is hotter than others. Some will brown or caramelize more on one side, so sometimes I'll move a piece after it's pretty much cooked from one side to the other. I think My husband is spoiled and likes to eat a piece of meat that has a nice color to it. Now I'm going to turn it off, cover the pot, and let it rest while I move on to the next items. Now I'm moving on to the asparagus. Gonna sprinkle olive oil, seasoning, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and it will go in the air fryer for 6 minutes. Moving on to the Brussels sprouts. Now all of these items have been pre-washed, and that's why I'm not worrying about washing them. It's easy prep when you purchase items this way. I don't always purchase items this way, but when I want to meal prep in a hurry and like this, if I find really good deals, I like to quarter the Brussels sprouts into 4. I find that they just become a little bit crunchier when you roast them. As you can see, I'm making a mess and I'm not even bothering with pulling out a cutting board. I often just use whatever's in front of me, and in this particular case I know that I'm cutting on a granite surface and the surface is clean, and so I have no problem just cutting the Brussels sprouts right there instead of taking the time to pull out another cutting board and having something else to wash because I'm almost done at this point. Again, I'm going to sprinkle with olive oil. A little more of my homemade Cajun seasoning. I decided I'm going to use some fermented honey with garlic, and that is what I'm going to drizzle on the Brussels sprouts before I roast them. So they'll be nice, sweet, and garlicky. Alright, and those will go in the air fryer for 6 minutes. Now we're going to move on to the broccoli kale salad. I'm using the pre-made mix of cabbage, kale, and Brussels sprouts. And then I'm adding broccoli to that. And I'm going to turn this into a salad that's similar to sweet kale salad you can get at Costco, but I'm just making my own for much cheaper and probably healthier. I'm sprinkling organic sunflower seeds and cranberries, and then I'm going to add a little bit more cranberries for that sweet crunch. And I don't measure, I just put apple cider vinegar at the bottom of this bowl, and then I'm going to add some organic poppy seed dressing, and this is something that I picked up at Aldi because it was a really good price for fast nights like this whenever I don't want to take the time to make it homemade. Add some seasoning. And I'm also going to add a little bit of flavored oil that I have. It's almost empty, so I'm finishing it off. It's mango and sesame olive oil. And I'm going to mix all that up and salad will be ready. Oh, can't forget purple onion. I really like purple onion in a salad like this. Sometimes I add fresh bacon, but it's not needed or necessary, so I'm not doing it today. Okay, this is what we have. We have coleslaw. Now in this coleslaw, what I did was I added apple cider vinegar, seasoning, and olive oil, and I mixed it up and I make a slaw that I use for fish tacos. And then we have the rest of the cabbage for fish tacos during the week, and we have greens. The greens I didn't touch, the mixed greens that if I want to make smoothies or if I want to use them for juicing, and then the romaine lettuce we'll use for a fresh salad during the week. And then we have Brussels sprouts and asparagus and rockfish and salmon and spinach and kale and mushrooms and our sweet potatoes and our broccoli salad. This is the cold raw version, and then this is the cooked version. And in the cooked version we made like a stir fry and we added broccoli and mushrooms and onions to it. And then here's the steak, which was just seared 4 minutes on each side with a little bit of mushrooms. And there's our chicken. And then we have, somehow I missed the broccoli, but I just steamed the broccoli. It was that easy, and this is everything getting ready to go in the refrigerator. Making the most of all the clearance that's provided allows me to double my dollars and splurge on good quality dairy and protein and fish, good healthy nutritious foods I don't have to feel guilty about, and I don't have to blow the budget because I'm saving in so many other areas. This is one of the things that I'm doing to beat inflation at the grocery store in 2023. What are you doing? Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know if you'd like to see more of these. Until next time, bye!